Kicking off for the Lions is their punter, Jeff Locke. Deep into the end zone. Kamara takes the knee. Kamara in the backfield for Brees to start the game. And Kamara takes it over the right side. Not a whole lot going there, as he might have gained 2 on his first carry of the game.
A lot of screens against the Dolphins in London. They ran 9 screens.
Speaking of screens, there's one to Ingram. Ingram has the first down for the Saints. Glover Quinn on the tackle for the Lions. Ingram with some extracurricular activities there with Glover Quinn. And here is Ingram again, picks up about 2. So 2nd and 9, 2 running backs in the backfield alongside Brees. He throws it out. That's complete to Alvin Kamara, gain of 6. Impressed with his savvy and route running ability. And met almost immediately at the line of scrimmage is Ingram on that play. A'Shawn Robinson among those in on the tackle. And the punt is off. And that's going to bounce, and looks like that's going to be down at the 3-yard line. There is a flag on the play, however.
During the kick, holding, number 28, return team. Half the distance to goal, first down, timeout.
As we talked about, not quite 100% physically, as the first play of the game for him is going to be an incomplete pass, looking for Marvin Jones.
Today from Stafford.
2nd and 10, again from the 2-yard line. Abdullah with the carry, met almost immediately. That was Craig Robertson on the tackle after a 2-yard gain. Stafford with time, but not anymore. Sacked in the end zone. And looked like he dropped the ball for a moment. They're fighting for it on the ground.
That's not on Greg Robinson. That's on Matthew Stafford. Dan, you have that clock going off in your head. You're in dangerous territory. Get rid of the football. You can't hold the football. Plus, we know that his mobility is limited. You have to make smart.
Recovers for the touchdown in the end zone. And the extra point is up and good from Will Lutz. The kickoff coming. Jamal Agnew takes a knee. Stafford, Ameer Abdullah in the backfield as they're going to try to make something happen this time from the 25. Abdullah, tackled by Cameron Jordan, picks up 3.
Boy, as the game goes on.
2nd and 7 now. Stafford with time again over the middle. Incomplete. Was looking for Marvin Jones. Flag on the field.
Pass interference, number 23 in the defense. Defensive pass interference. Automatic first down.
Matthew Stafford trying to turn things around here at the Superdome. The hands once again to Abdullah. Not a lot going early for Abdullah, Chris. He's been very productive in his 3 years here for the Lions, coming over from the Seahawks. They swing that one out to Marvin Jones. Marvin with some room, but not enough to pick up the first down as he crosses the 45. For the Lions, as a matter of fact, nobody since 2015 has caught more passes. Stafford looking for Riddick for a moment, decides to tuck it and run. Looks like he is very close, and he did pick up the first down. As after the play on in this game, still picks up the first down with his wheels. And here is Abdullah again, met at the line of scrimmage by a swarm of players, including linebacker Craig Robertson.
That's what the trend is showing us right now.
Here's Stafford over the middle, complete. 3rd and 4, Zach Zenner in the backfield for the Lions. Stafford complete, he keeps his feet, and Golden Tate does what he does so well, all the way down and jumping into the end zone. Touchdown Lions, 45-yard score from Golden Tate.
Well, and you have to be able to play man coverage right here. Excuse me, Golden Tate on the inside, and he beats number 20, Crawley. But run after catch, that's why you find ways to get that man the football, because all...
That did not take long for Golden Tate to make his mark. Alvin Kamara and Trey Edmonds deep. And There is Kamara taking it 5 yards deep in the end zone.
Golden Tate.
Weren't you in WWE?
Yes, I was.
Way back in the day. Uh-oh. He has some room. Mark Ingram down the sideline. Finally pushed out of bounds by Glover Quinn, who had the angle for Ingram, as it is now 1st and 10 at the 24. Kamara up the middle for just a couple. A'Shawn Robinson in the backfield. Alvin Kamara split out to the right. Breeze looks to the left. That is complete to Michael Thomas for 2. Wide receivers in that bunch formation to the right for Breeze. He's looking over the middle. That is complete. Ted Ginn Jr. diving in. And it is indeed a touchdown for the speedster. 20-yard score for Ted Ginn Jr.
That don't have in the NFL. And the other thing is, last week the Lions secondary tackled poorly. And right now they had some missed opportunities. Jared Davis missing Ginn.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands. It's a touchdown.
Nice kind of mix they have with their wide receivers. The big guy, Michael Thomas. Ginn's the...
So far, Ingram, that time, when he ran the football, he ran with some purpose.
That was about a third of his season yardage total on that one run alone. That was Zach Zenner on the return situation, as it is 1st down and 10 as the ball is batted at the line of scrimmage by Trey Hendrickson. Eric Ebron, who had some problems last week, actually booed in Detroit after a couple of drops, and not much going there on that run. On 37 here for the Lions. Stafford loses the ball. It's picked up by the Saints, but it's ruled incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore was the man that scooped it up for New Orleans. And that was right tackle Rick Wagner that was trying to hold him off. There's Ginn at the 15-yard line, makes one man miss, and then he's taken down at the 21-yard line.
Release time.
So at the 8-yard line, Drew Brees going to work, swings it out again to Ginn. Ginn has been a busy man so far, taken out of bounds.
Particular play.
2nd and 1, Brees back to pass again, this time over the middle, wide open. Humanamanui, Michael Humanamanui, say that 10 times fast. Hand off to Ingram. And he's going to pick up one, Jared Davis.
Or not, unsolicited advice, by the way.
2nd and 9 to give right up the middle. Kamara carrying tacklers for the 1st down.
Trade of Adrian Peterson.
Breeze, Ginn inside the 30, down to the 25-yard line. DJ Hayden in coverage. So far in the game, Joshua Rebus in as an extra blocker.
Delay of the game. Offense, number 9. 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
Working together, but working well together. Give to Ingram. Ingram puts his head down and picks up 5.
Absolutely, because you know you got to get him his touches.
2nd and 10. Looking for Brandon Coleman. 3 wide receivers to the right, 2 to the left for Breeze on 3rd and 10. And that's Willie Snead couldn't hold on. Now Snead back in the lineup. This for Will Lutz. 4 for 6 from this distance on the season. Make it 5 of 7.
Receivers at the line of scrimmage and are not creating a lot of separation except for the one big play to Golden Tate, which because he created separation was able to get a touchdown.
Down 29 times on the year. That's tied for 8th most in the NFL. The handoff to Abdullah. Robertson in there going here as we get things underway in the 2nd quarter. Stafford the handoff to Theo Riddick. Theo Riddick picks up 4 yards.
Quarterback.
3rd and 3 now. Stafford complete over the middle. Golden Tate breaks 2 tackles and then some, crosses the 45, finally out of bounds at the 50. Stafford stripped of the ball. Craig Robertson, another huge defensive play from this Saints team.
Not going for the kill shot, but has the awareness to strip the ball out. And I love the fact that he scooped it up. And Stafford makes a heck of a play to save a touchdown. But Wagner and Theo Riddick, Wagner cannot let the outside guy go. It's easy to get a sack untouched.
You like those, didn't you?
You get many of those, Dan.
Here's Ingram.
Communication problems on that offensive line. That's huge. That was the biggest problem there.
The Lions stretch Ingram out. Jarrad Davis there to make the tackle after a gain of 2. Goodness, we did not see that coming at all. Breeze complete, and that's Willie Snead, his first catch of the season. Darius Slay there in coverage. That's a pickup of 11. Years in the National Football League. 6 different receivers have been on the receiving end. Ted Ginn trying to score another touchdown, knocked out of bounds at the 1.
As they go to hurry up snap.
Ingram puts his head down, fighting for the touchdown, tries to stretch to the goal line, but Zach Line, the fullback, in front of Mark Ingram. Ingram gets the ball, and Ingram is in for the score, but there is a flag down on the right side of the field. Let's wait and see what the call is.
Offside. Defense. Left defensive tackle. Line up in the movement zone. That totals your Clyde. Rolling plays the touchdown.
Andrews Pete. This is just a little bit of a power scheme right there. Nick Bellore took his shot, tried to run through the hole, was a little late. And I'll tell you, Mark Ingram is a strong man.
For Ingram, 9 carries, 67 yards, and now a touchdown as Lutz is on for the extra point. And he's going to get a chance here momentarily to figure it out. Jamal Agnew back deep for the Lions. And he once again will take the last 2 weeks.
And after this play, I'll tell you why.
Abdullah on first down.
Never mind.
Now that's going to help their cause just a little bit. Breaks a tackle all the way down to the 40-yard line. 4-yard gain. Here's Abdullah again around the left side. Met right there at the 40-yard line. Stafford incomplete. There's a flag on the play.
Really used the hands to the face. Number 77 offense. The 10-yard penalty. Still second down.
So Stafford on 2nd and 18. Again, flags flying past. Nearly picked off by Craig Robertson. He's been everywhere.
Offside. Defense, number 94. Line up in the neutral zone. The 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Theo Riddick in the backfield. Stafford looking deep. He was looking for T.J. Jones, but that wasn't close. Here, 3rd and 9. Stafford looking to his left. It's complete and very close to a first down. Abdullah met at the line of scrimmage by Sheldon Rankins after a 2-yard gain. This day for a long time. Matthew Stafford waiting to get things going on offense, and it's another complete pass. That's Jared Abbrederis. 3rd and 1. And that is Zenner. Met immediately. Does not look like he's going to pick up the first down. Manti Te'o, Tyler Davidson. Almost automatic from this distance. One of the best kickers in the league. Puts it up and through. So far today, Alvin Kamara, the rookie out of Tennessee, back deep to receive the kick. And he's going to take a break. Look at the numbers today there for Breeze. 9 of 11. And again, a complete pass to Michael Thomas.
In that formation to think you're going to make them think you're going to run, but they run a toss.
And that toss is going to go for the first down and then some. Alvin Kamara on the carry. First down, inside handoff to Ted Ginn. Ginn trying to turn the corner, picks up 2. Mark Ingram and Kamara in the game right now. Brees swings it out to Ingram. Ingram with some room around the left side, puts his head down before he's taken out of bounds by Jarrad Davis and Nevin Lawson.
Yeah.
That they were going to be lucky enough to get Alvin Kamara. And there's Ingram. When you have that combination of Kamara and Ingram, as you can see, tempers flaring. Fourth down conversions this year. Alvin Kamara, Zach Line, little trick play there as Line pitches it out to Kamara. He picks up plenty for the first down before he's finally tackled. So first down, Ingram on the flea flicker. Brees looking deep. He has a receiver wide open. That's Brandon Coleman. So 7 different receivers have caught a pass from Drew Brees, and we're still in the first half. Mark Ingram keeps his feet. He's close to the first down. Mark Ingram in the backfield for Drew Brees. Ingram inside the 5 and picks up the first down.
It's rushing on the ground. First half.
Here's Ingram again. Stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Already has a touchdown and a 51-yard run. Here he is again, following his blockers into the end zone. And you can see the excitement there. Brandon Coleman says, we're doing it right.
And Andrus Peat, who's the most valuable player in this game so far. See Andrus Peat putting A'Shawn Robinson 2 yards back into the end zone? And that's fatigue. And when you get tired, you play high. When you play high, you
talking about pancake blocks and linemen as MVPs. Extra point from Lutz, up and good. An 11-play, 75-yard drive.
Illegal formation offense. Number 65 was lined up in the backfield. They only had 6 on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty, retry.
You got to know that you can't get too physical with those guys. You'll get a flag.
Well, the next extra point is up and good. And
another flag. There you go.
Throwing the ball over the place.
Number 65, illegal formation, offense, not on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty, we will retry again.
The line bowed out a whole lot more than the right side. He's leaving 0 room for error here. But in case Will Lutz did not have enough kicking practice during the week, he is getting that today. It is not a party here in New Orleans right now for these Detroit Lions. As the ball bounces out of bounds as Jamal Agnew picks it up almost before it does.
The kicking team, the ball will be placed through the 40-yard line.
That's smart because his foot was out of bounds.
Side Matthew Stafford. Stafford dumps it off to Riddick. Riddick has some room. Riddick with the first down. Von Bell in coverage there. That's a 13-yard gain for Theo Riddick. Stafford, ball's tipped and caught. That's Ebron diving for the first down. Great concentration by Ebron, who had a couple of drops last week.
Good concentration on Tidrow.
Stafford with another tip pass again. The Lions need to get on the board. Need to get on the board with a touchdown. Stafford complete. Golden Tate reaches up, grabs it. He is just outside the 20-yard line. Stafford, quick pass, squeezes it in there to Marvin Jones. 344 yards in the 3 games against the Saints coming into this game. That's Riddick, shakes a tackle, taken down at the 5-yard line. Craig Robertson, A.J. Klein.
Alert for Abdullah out of the backfield, number 21.
Stafford, quick drop, throws to his right. And you know that Marvin Jones is looking for the call there, but he's not going to get it.
There is.
Stafford.
Well, he missed Riddick, too. Wow, did he miss Riddick.
Time in the backfield on 3rd and goal. Stafford up again, looking for Jones. He can't bring it in. Ken Crawley there on the coverage. The Lions potentially out of the end zone again. Stafford complete, but it doesn't look like Darren Fells got there. So the Saints are going to go into the locker room with a 21-point lead at halftime. There's a lot of things around the NFL that we didn't see coming, and I don't know if we saw this coming today. Lutz kicking off. Agnew back to receive, and he's going to take a knee. Let's check in with Peter Schrager on the sideline. All the amount of comeback, and not many quarterbacks in the NFL better at fourth quarter comebacks than Matthew Stafford, who's taking a shot early to Jones, but just overthrows him. Matthew Stafford with two wide receivers to his left. Ameer Abdullah with a jump stop. Lunges forward for a gain of 5. So it's going to be 3rd and 5 here. This yesterday, that protection is something they talk about all the time, not just the last couple of games. As Stafford's feeling the heat, doesn't get enough protection as Cam Jordan's in there for the sack. The game for the Saints. 4th sack of the season for Cam Jordan. Jeff Locke to punt. Ted Ginn Jr. stepping out of bounds.
Ready. Blue 80%.
Breeze back to pass. With time, gets it off, and the big hit over the middle. Initially, that was Michael Thomas on the catch, but it's picked off. That was a pretty good look right there. Gonna look at Caldwell.
After review, the ruling on the field stands.
Good call, Dean.
So let's see if the Lions can do something with it. Here's Abdullah. He's going to get 2 or 3 there on the carry. So Stafford tries to swing it out, but it's batted down there by Cam Jordan.
It's a 3rd or 4th batted ball today.
Back center in the backfield alongside Stafford. You said it earlier, in there to pass protect, and that's what he does. Stafford can't find his man. Jared Aberdeeners is who he was looking for. They're one of the best kickers in the game. He has 1 make from 41 yards so far. It is up and no good. Into point. So
80%.
Drew Brees and the Saints taking over at the 46-yard line. The toss out to Kamara. Kamara inside the 50. Well, they're a very important member of this defense. 2nd and 4 here. Breeze complete out to Ingram. Ingram picks up the first down and then some.
Ready. Blue 80%.
Here's Ingram again. After that 11-yard pickup, Jalen Reeves Maven and Darius Slay
Start calling blitzes.
80%.
Freebie.
Flags flying everywhere. Drew's going to take a shot. Can't connect. So
Offside defense, number 97. 5-yard penalty, repeat 2nd down.
calling those plays when you see all the adjustments that Drew Brees is making. Ingram fighting for some yards, but it's no gain as Ziggy Ansah and Robinson in on the tackle last week, but it went from a blowout to a real ball game very quickly against Carolina as Alvin Kamara puts his head down and dives to the 15. That's a gain of 12. Ready for Drew Brees and the Saints here. 1st and 10. Kamara in the backfield, and it's Kamara with the give. You can see the speed as he hurls a man down to the 2-yard line. Why they like Alvin Kamara so much here in New Orleans. 8 carries, 73 yards, and a wide open touchdown pass. Humanawanui hauling it in, and everything is rolling right now for these Saints.
The miscommunication. These two guys have to be in coverage. Davis and Killebrew have to be in coverage. And to me, that's Davis's guy. If you're playing man, you have a...
With the extra point, which is good from Will Lutz. Receivers have caught balls from Drew Brees today. Will Lutz kicking off. Jamal Agnew once again not going to have a chance to return this one. That's exactly what he told us yesterday. He just needs to take a second to kind of figure out what he's doing. That's a quick pass to Golden Tate for a 2-yard gain. To score quickly and get something going because they have not had much going so far today. The quick pass picked off. That's not what they were looking for. Marshawn Lattimore, touchdown.
The ball was tipped. Must have had a scouting report. Watch Trey Henderson get that hand in the air. The ball's tipped. Marshawn Lattimore, excellent catch. And what an exciting play for the young rookie to make this play and get his first touchdown. If I'm the Lions, I'm down 35 coming out the next series.
You do that right now.
I'm down 35. My defense is depleted. Oh, he is.
Remember, the Packers lost him not that long ago to a broken collarbone, and that is a huge hit. Certainly changes the scope.
Sure.
Agree with you at this point. If they were going to take Matthew Stafford out of the game, that means we'd get a look at Jake Rudock as Ameer Abdullah coughs it up. And I think, Chris, you may get your wish because
that knee is down before that ball is popped out by Trey Hendrickson, number 91.
After review, the ruling on the field has changed. The runner's knee is down, and he's down by contact at the 22-yard line. It'll be second and 13 at the 22.
Yeah, here's another look. You can see Sean Payton not loving it, but this is the obvious call, Chris.
Yeah. Onyemata does a good.
Right about that, second and 13 now for Stafford. Stafford rolling to his left, going deep for Jones. Jones hauls it in at the 40.
Nice push off.
Stafford again, receiver open, caught.
Stafford's down. Stafford took a shot, and he's getting up very slow. His rib cage after taking a shot.
Big hit on Golden Tate, coming in like a rocket. Second 11 complete to Tate, right in between two Saints there. Takes a big hit. Ken Crawley and Craig Robertson communicates the play to his lineman. Two wide receivers to his left. He's looking to his right. That's Jones in the end zone. What a grab by Jones! Flag on the play. A one-handed catch by Jones.
Watch this. There's Crawley with his right hand on Jones.
The ruling on the field is
tremendous.
pass interference, number 20 of the defense. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
Hanging all over you is one of the greatest athletic feats in sports. I don't know that there's anything more difficult. See the onside kick here, bobbled around for a moment, looked like it was recovered by Stupar and the Saints, and it was.
Number 9. Just ask what the Green Bay Packers are thinking right now.
There's Ingram with room along the left sideline. Flags flying, but he picks up the first down.
Into the locker room. Have more
Offense,
update on
number
that.
65. It's a 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Carries here, which I'm sure they are, because he's sitting at 88 yards. Breeze swings it out. That's complete to Michael Thomas. Breeze on second and 11. Looking for Willie Snead there. Couldn't connect.
Decision. No one else's.
Breeze on third and 11. Dumps it off to Ingram. Ingram loses the ball. It's on the ground, and it is recovered by the Lions. Ziggy Ansah jumps on it. 17 with 4:37 to go here in the third. The handoff to Abdullah. And Abdullah up the middle. And you're right. There's no way he was going out of the game as we have another batted ball. Kenny Vaccaro there again. We saw it on the left side. Now we see it again on the right side. Most productive game from the receiving standpoint this season. 3rd and 5. Stafford to Jones. Did Jones bring it in? He did indeed. That was 6 catches for 96 yards in the game. Stafford again, a tip ball. Nearly picked off by the Saints again. They tip passes in a game. Stafford hits his receiver T.J. Jones in the head. Jones had no idea the ball was in coverage. Stafford on 3rd and 10. Stafford feeling the pressure, dumps it off to Riddick. Riddick inside the 30. That's a first down for the Lions. Peter Schrager, what do you have? 45-17, not the way you want to go into a bye week. They're looking to cut into that lead right now. Stafford again overthrows Marvin Jones. We've seen that a couple of times so far today. Stafford, so they could rekindle that relationship, in his words, and get back on the same page. There's Stafford dumping it off to Riddick. Riddick with room inside the 15 before he's finally tripped up by Marshawn Lattimore. Empty backfield this time for Stafford. Looks to his left, rolls to his right. Second down for Stafford.
See what
Stafford
happened?
under pressure and goes down.
You see what happened,
And
right?
where did that pressure come from?
They moved Mahalik over to left
They
tackle.
move Mahalik over to left tackle. You are indeed correct. Over the middle, wide open. Touchdown, Darren Fells.
Oh, that's guts, man. Linebacker, if you have a free release, Craig Robertson, they're not going to run it, buddy. They're not going to run the football. They need to score points. And when you have a free release down the field, that puts too much pressure on the safety by the Saints.
Extra point is up and good. Inside to kick it to about the 10-yard line. Ted Ginn going to get a chance to return it. And he's down after a short return at about the 17-yard line.
He's been over his career.
Ingram for 3. Let's check in with Kurt Menefee. Kurt, no doubt about that. Here's Breeze on second down. There's that tip pass that we were talking about. A'Shawn Robinson getting one of those big hands up there. 3rd and 7. Perhaps they look to cleaner here. Instead, it is the rookie Alvin Kamara again, but not enough to pick up the first out as Quandre Diggs will be coming out once again.
You have to right now. I mean, you're down 3 possessions, right? So you have to have him in the ball game now. He's done a great job.
The rookie Agnew has the ball at the 30, past the 45, breaks a couple of tackles in Saints territory to about the 44-yard line. 3-score game. It's going to have to be another fourth-quarter comeback for Stafford. Abdullah's jersey getting shredded by that Saints defense. Cam Jordan had a hold of it. Let's hit it with Cam Jordan. Don't know if that was the jersey or the shirt he was wearing underneath. But another tip pass. Stafford almost tries to bat it down himself, worried about it being a lateral. Okafor again gets a hand on. This would not be called 3rd and manageable. This is 3rd and long for Stafford. Stafford again under duress, steps up in the pocket, and Jones can't hold on to the ball. Ted Ginn Jr. awaiting the Jeff Locke punt. Already a flag on the field. Ginn calls for the fair catch at the 11-yard line.
False start on the left tackle of the offense. The 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
Improvement they had. There were 2 wins before this game. It's just amazing. I've never seen numbers like that in my life.
Ginn again calling for the fair catch, and one of the reasons, the continuity, a very young defense. Mark Ingram in the backfield, former Heisman Trophy winner, does indeed take the handoff and picks up 3. Ingram and Kamara in the backfield for the Saints. Breeze swings it out to Kamara. Kamara breaks 1 tackle before he's tripped up. Flag on the play. Dolphins and the Jets.
Number 89, offense. Hitting in the head and neck area of the defensive player. Half the distance to the goal. Still 2nd down.
Easy for him to get down to some of these other guys. Breeze in his own end zone, throws it up there in double coverage. That's Human Amanui. Done a nice job of keeping him upright as that Saints offensive line on 3rd and 12. The handoff to Kamara. You saw somebody had a piece of the face mask. Boy, did he fight or what? Despite the face mask by Ballore.
2 fouls on the play. Personal foul, face mask, number 40 in the defense. Holding, number 13 in the offense. Those penalties offset my rule. Replay 3rd down.
Speaking of rookies, Kamara, pretty good rookie as well. He was open. Instead, Breeze decides to go the other way to his other running back. That's Mark Ingram, and he's not going to get enough for the first down as he's taken down by Tavon Wilson after a gain of 7. Yeah, good 26-yard return last time from Agnew. Looks like as he's driven back to the 26, he's going to have some room, trying to turn the corner, cuts it inside, 1 man to beat. Agnew could go the distance. Agnew inside the 20, and that's a touchdown for the rookie from San Diego State.
Well, Jamal Agnew does a great job of setting it up, and one thing he does have is speed on the edge, and you lose outside contain, and there's no speed on that cover team.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Detroit, number 38 was a tall. That penalty would be assessed on the kickoff. The result of the play is a touchdown.
For the extra point. And Matthew Stafford, so many fourth quarter comebacks in his career, and he's going to have a chance here to do it once again, but he's going to have to wait this turn as Ted Ginn gets the ball and gets it out past the 30-yard line. Eat up as much clock as they possibly can with a 14-point lead. Breeze pressured, buying time, and just decides to get rid of it. That's Akeem Spence on the pressure.
Don't kick it to him.
Kamara flags on the play after a 2-yard gain.
Illegal formation offense. Both wingmen were off the line of scrimmage. The 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Ready, set.
Pitch out to Kamara. Kamara breaking 2 tackles. Gets a couple of yards back.
And helps the Lions by going out of bounds, stopping the clock.
Brandon Coleman, top of the screen. Breeze over the middle. That is complete. Brandon Coleman does not pick up enough for the first down. So we're going to get another look at Jamal Agnew, who just returned one for a touchdown. That was the second punt return for a touchdown this year, but they're not going to give him a chance to do it again. 9:03 on the clock. They're just over 9 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter, but never fear with Matthew Stafford. The game is not over until it's over. That pass incomplete is the worst rushing team in football. Matthew Stafford throwing here, feeling the pressure. Dumps it off. It is complete to T.J. Jones. T.J. Jones out to the 45-yard line last week. Ball on the 44-yard line. Fakes the handoff to Abdullah. Dumps it off to Jones. He is met immediately by Von Bell. Keen for Matthew Stafford.
He's done a good job, Mahalik.
Stafford squeezes it in there, but Albert Harris can't hold on. Again, that's Lattimore in coverage. Stafford with all day finally dumps it off to Zenner, but nowhere near the vicinity of giving Zenner a chance to make the catch.
Because he could have picked it, yeah.
Jeff Locke, fair catch called for by Ginn just inside the 10-yard line.
During the kick, holding number 42, return team. After this is the goal, first down.
Drew Brees giving to the rookie Kamara, who is fighting to get out of the end zone, and he does. Avoids the safeties. Definitely stalled with the receivers to the left, to the right for Brees. That pass is intercepted and returned for the touchdown. A'Shawn Robinson. We've seen so many tip passes, and now the Lions get their hands on one.
A'Shawn Robinson, they had the slant right here to Coleman. Now watch A'Shawn coming on a little stunt, just reading the quarterback, and how about the hands of the big fella? Getting in the end zone, that's
really good when you think about only starting 5 games. And we're going to get a flag on the field after this extra point.
Make a mistake, I own it.
Defense, number 33. That will be assessed. That 5-yard penalty on the kickoff. The extra point is good.
All right, extra point is good. Score game. What an
take control.
Well, 6:41. They can chew up a lot of this clock. Pass complete to Kamara. Ball game now for the Saints. Give up the middle on 2nd and 6 to Ingram, and he's going to pick up about 3. Terrell Austin, the defensive coordinator, knew he'd have his hands full with this Saints offense. Quick snap to Drew Brees, and that pass is broken up. DJ Hayden, nice play there. Not going to argue with you there. Here's Agnew again. Morstead's punt drives him back to the 10-yard line. He drops the ball. He's in his own end zone, and he's... Oh, my goodness. Justin Hardy on the tackle. Stafford out of his own end zone off the hands of Marvin Jones. The Superdome crowd, as loud as they have been all day, the pass is tipped and intercepted. It's Cam Jordan for the touchdown. Wow.
This is the 12th batted ball by the Saints. What an effort by Cam Jordan. He's able to seal it off. The 12th batted ball today.
That's just 2 away from the NFL record.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on number 94 of the scoring team, the defense, for dunking the ball and grabbing onto the goalpost. That 15-yard penalty would be assessed on the kickoff. New Orleans has been given their second sideline warning.
Lions a chance to create some type of field position.
Balls batted down by that New Orleans Saints defense. And here we have Agnew on the kick return, out past the 25, taken down at the 30. That's a 23-yard return for Agnew.
Well, remember Trey Hendrickson.
Superdome. Once again, a 2-score game for Matthew Stafford, who's looking deep. He has Jones. Ball's tipped and nearly intercepted, but a flag has been thrown.
Pass interference, number 20 of the defense. The ball will be played on the foul. First down.
On the 35-yard line. Stafford at the feet of Aberderis. He didn't have a chance. 3 minutes after he did. Stafford with plenty of time, dumps it off, and it's intercepted again. The Saints have it. That's Vaccaro, but Vaccaro fumbles the ball, and it's out of bounds.
Is that he's working back into the zone as A.J. Klein has a great break on the ball. Theo Riddick drops the ball. Vaccaro on a deflection is right there. Aberderis, great awareness to strip it out of there.
Baltimore recovers the ball out of bounds, so Drew Brees and the Saints take over again. Mark
never stopping, keep playing.
Zach Line in a fullback. Ingram with the carry, met immediately by Akeem Spence. And then there's yet another turnover. We almost have another crazy plays. Thomas Morstead back to punt for the Saints. An end over end punt, so Agnew's going to have a good look at it. Catches it at the 12. And is crunched almost immediately. That's Trey Edmonds, the rookie running back out of Maryland. Stafford throwing, finding his man, but bobbled for just a minute by Marvin Jones, and he can't pull it in. Craig Robertson is there defensively. And Mahalik in there at left tackle. Never started an NFL game as Stafford flips it to Riddick. He avoids the sack. Von Bell in there, and it's a gain of 5 for the Lions.
Holding offense, number 60. The 10-yard penalty. Correction. Half the distance goal. Half the distance from the goal. Still second down.
Grant. Second and long for Stafford. Stafford stepping up in the pocket, taken down right as soon as he crosses the line of scrimmage by Alex Okafor. Stafford again pressured, and he's taken down. Ball on the ground. Don't know if it came out after he was down or not. Bell had the outside, and it's Bell who's going to get credit with the sack. Flag already been thrown on the field as the punt is hauled in by Ginn. He's taken down at the 50-yard line.
An eligible receiver going out of bounds on his own kicking team. That 5-yard penalty be added at the end of the play. First down. Number 29.
Ready. Ready. Let's go.
And Breeze with the handoff. Ingram with room. 7-yard gain for Mark Ingram.
Back 40. You ready? Let's go.
Ingram trying to pick up that first down on 2nd and 3. Not going to get there. The Saints can convert here on 3rd and 1. The pitch out to Ingram. Ingram met in the backfield by not one but 3 different Lions. Charles Washington being a lot of things we did not expect today. Instead's punt into the end zone. That's going to be a touchback.
Percent healthy, showed a lot of guts here today. How he played.
Dumping it off to Riddick, who loses his feet and the ball. Quickly covered up by Albert Harris. Bye week coming up. And they're just going to run it out here. Riddick up the middle, picks up 4. Drew Brees and the Saints with their 3rd straight win after starting the season 0-2, the first time they've been above 500 in 1,385 days. That is dating back to 2013. And it wasn't just the offense, it was the defense stepping up as well. 8 turnovers in this game, 4 defensive touchdowns.